And we turn to an update on a nightmare experienced by another community in this country, Parkland, Florida. In Florida, many relatives of the 17 people murdered at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School are outraged this morning that the killer will not be executed. A jury recommended instead that Nicholas Cruz, a former student, receive life in prison without parole. The 24-year-old pleaded guilty last year to plotting and perpetrating the 2018 shooting, murdered 14 students, murdered 3 staff members as well. Manuel Bojorquez spoke to some of those families at the courthouse in Fort Lauderdale. That's where we find him this morning. Manny, good morning.
Good morning. The jury foreman says 3 of the 12 jurors voted against the death penalty. Late last night, the prosecution asked for an investigation, saying a juror reached out to them, alleging they were threatened during the deliberations. But it is unclear whether that can change the outcome here.
This jury failed our families today.
Following Thursday's verdict, distraught families of the Parkland shooting's victims didn't mince their words.
I pray that that animal suffers every day of his life in jail.
In Florida, a death sentence requires jurors' unanimous recommendation. This jury was divided, citing factors like the defense's argument that the shooter was mentally ill, in part because of his mother's drug and alcohol abuse when she was pregnant. Victims' families couldn't believe it.
You have sent the message out there to everyone. You will just get off by pleading that you're insane.
Outside the courthouse, we followed up with Linda Beagle Schulman. Her son, Scott Beagle, was a teacher at the school who died in the shooting. A death penalty for you would have meant what?
A death penalty for me would have meant that we made sure he was put to death like he made sure he killed our loved ones.
We also spoke with Patricia Oliver, who lost her 17-year-old son, Joaquin.
I feel angry. I feel rage. I feel that justice wasn't served.
She told us her husband, Manuel, decided not to come to the trial because it would have been too painful. Instead, he's traveling across the country in this school bus, emblazoned with his son's nickname, Guac, to promote gun violence prevention. CBS News was with Oliver in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as the verdict came down.
We had a death penalty option in Florida, and we don't use it when 17 people die through a massacre inside a school.
And that outrage is not just coming from the Parkland families. Florida's governor called the verdict a miscarriage of justice. The judge has set a formal sentencing to happen on November 1st. Nate?
Manny, thank you.